What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Ryan Garcia recently expressed his confidence that he could defeat Ilia Topuria in a boxing match. In an interview, he stated, "Okay, wait, would you ever box like? Can you take it again boxing?" He quickly added that if he did face Ilia, he would beat the out of him, showing no hesitation. Ryan emphasized that although Ilia is currently out of the game and dealing with personal matters, including his divorce, he still sees a clear opportunity. "Hell yeah, have to do boxing," Ryan said, acknowledging that Ilia isn't actively competing at the moment, which he sees as an advantage. He even discussed the idea of a full 12-round bout, confidently asserting that he could handle it. When asked if he believed he could beat Ilia in a 12-round fight, Ryan didn't hold back, replying, Yeah, definitely. I think I'll knock him out." His comments highlight his belief in his own boxing skills and his confidence against top-level MMA fighters crossing over into boxing. This bold statement from Ryan adds to the ongoing speculation about potential crossovers between MMA stars and professional boxers. By calling out Ilia, he positions himself as a dominant figure in boxing, while also drawing attention to the challenges MMA fighters might face when transitioning to a pure boxing format. Fans are now debating whether such a matchup could realistically happen and what the outcome might be, with Ryan's confidence making it a talking point in both boxing and MMA communities. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Manel Kape fired back at Joshua Van after months of social media back and forth. A few months ago, Joshua Van took shots at Manel on social media, claiming that he was lucky to have pulled out of his fight because it saved him from a serious defeat. Van's comments didn't sit well with Manel, and he recently came across the old quote and decided it was time to respond. Manel didn't hold back, using Twitter to send a direct challenge to Van. He made it clear that running or avoiding the confrontation wasn't an option, and that he was ready to handle everything once Van showed up. Manel's tweet read, "How do you feel now, Joshua Van? Don't run. Show up like the little good boy you are. I'll handle the rest and put you to sleep right on time before the fairy tale even starts." This response highlights Manel's confidence and readiness to back up his words in the octagon. He framed the exchange in a way that both mocks Van's previous comments and reinforces his own status as a fighter unafraid to face challenges head-on. Fans on social media quickly reacted to the tweet, noting the intensity and the build-up to what could be a heated matchup if Van chooses to respond in kind. Manel's call-out emphasizes not just his competitive spirit, but also his willingness to confront any opponent without hesitation. The message was bold, personal, and designed to provoke, setting the stage for a potential showdown that would settle the dispute inside the cage rather than online. This latest exchange keeps both fighters in the spotlight and fuels anticipation among fans for their next moves. Moving on to another news, Merab recently shared footage of himself sparring with Mark Zuckerberg for 3 rounds, posting a full 6-minute video on his social media. While the full session was intense, highlights showed that Merab wasn't going at full intensity, keeping the sparring controlled and instructional. Throughout the session, Merab offered constant guidance and encouragement. He repeatedly instructed to close your range and let's counter, demonstrating his strategic approach even in a light sparring session. The two exchanged controlled strikes, with Merab occasionally landing light slaps, emphasizing technique over power. His coaching cues like frame, there you go, and nice on the fence drive highlighted his focus on fundamentals and positional control. Merab's energy remained high as he directed movement, calling out, "Small shot, pop, keep moving," and praising Mark with, "Beautiful, bro." The session included a mix of striking and clinch work, with repeated reminders to maintain proper posture and body control, such as body lock against the fence, nice, and hooks top, MMA or MMA. Even in a controlled setting, Merab demonstrated the importance of maintaining discipline and defense, repeatedly instructing, hands up and good defense, stay tight. The footage captured the instructional nature of the sparring, with Merab balancing intensity and teaching, ensuring Mark could follow along safely while still experiencing realistic training. Despite the light intensity, Merab's precision, movement, and technical expertise were on full display. Fans were treated to a rare glimpse of Merab outside of official competition, showing his ability to teach and control a session while still demonstrating high-level MMA skills. The sparring session with Mark Zuckerberg offered both entertainment and insight into Merab's disciplined approach to training, emphasizing technique, control, and smart engagement over raw power. Moving on to another news, Joaquin Buckley sent a strong warning to Khamzat Chimaev during a recent episode of Submission Radio. Buckley shared his thoughts on Khamzat's fighting style, suggesting that Khamzat relies heavily on his wrestling as a way to avoid striking exchanges and the risk of getting knocked out. According to Buckley, this approach contrasts sharply with fighters like Khabib, who used wrestling not out of fear, but as a strategic weapon to dominate and damage their opponents. Buckley explained that Khamzat's style often involves holding opponents on the ground without actively advancing or seeking submissions, essentially hugging his way to a decision. He highlighted that while referees try to keep the fight engaging, much time can be wasted when fighters cling to positions defensively instead of using grappling to attack. Buckley praised Khabib's approach as a perfect example of effective wrestling, noting how Khabib consistently combined takedowns with devastating ground and pound, making opponents look completely different by the time the fight was over. He referenced Khabib's performance against Edson Barboza as an example of wrestling used aggressively and efficiently, showing respect for that kind of technique. Buckley was clear that simply holding someone down out of fear of striking is not something he admires. He stressed that this style doesn't demonstrate dominance, but rather avoidance. To make his point, Buckley even offered Khamzat $50,000 to stay on his feet for at least one round and not rely on his wrestling, insisting that if Khamzat were forced to strike, he would be exposed and possibly knocked out. Buckley's comments underline his belief that a fighter's true skill should show both in grappling and striking. He sees Khamzat's reliance on wrestling as a defensive mechanism rather than an offensive tool, contrasting it with fighters who use wrestling to control, damage, and finish opponents. His message is both a challenge and a warning, emphasizing that avoiding striking can leave even top-tier fighters vulnerable to exposure. This statement from Buckley adds an interesting layer to the discussion about Khamzat's abilities and mindset, highlighting the debate over how wrestling should be used in modern MMA and showcasing Buckley's fearless approach to calling out opponents directly. Moving on to another news. Last night we witnessed an intense grappling match featuring Armen against a last-minute replacement, Mehdi Baydulaev. The match started off smoothly, with both fighters feeling each other out, but tension quickly escalated during an exchange. Baydulaev landed an elbow strike that Armen didn't appreciate, and in retaliation, Armen threw an illegal knee. The referee immediately issued Armen a yellow card, but that minor penalty didn't slow him down at all. Armen dominated the rest of the match, showcasing his technical skill and composure. He maintained control throughout, dictating the pace and keeping Baydulaev on the defensive. Despite the earlier exchange, Armen never let his focus waver, staying sharp and precise with his grappling transitions. His experience and strategic approach were evident as he gradually worked Baydulaev into vulnerable positions. With just 13 seconds left on the clock, Armen locked in a submission, and Baydulaev had no choice but to tap out. The victory was a testament to Armen's skill, determination, and ability to maintain composure even in heated moments. Following this performance, Armen proudly earned his ACBJJ belt, marking another milestone in his grappling career. The match highlighted Armen's resilience and ability to turn a challenging situation into a dominant performance. His reaction to Baydulaev's initial strike demonstrated his fiery competitive spirit, while his overall execution showcased a high level of discipline and technique. Fans were treated to an exciting display of grappling, where intensity met precision, and Armen emerged victorious despite the earlier controversy. This win further cements Armen's reputation as a formidable competitor in the grappling world. His ability to handle pressure, maintain focus, and execute a clean submission under stress shows why he continues to be a fan favorite and a rising star in the sport. Armen's performance will certainly be remembered for his skill, determination, and the thrilling conclusion that left the audience on the edge of their seats. This match adds another exciting chapter to Armen's career as he continues to climb the ranks in competitive grappling. Moving on to another news, we have a major update from the PFL. Last night, it was reported that Muvlid tested positive for recombinant erythropoietin, commonly known as EPO, the same substance that TJ Dillashaw was caught using. EPO is primarily used to enhance endurance, giving fighters an edge in prolonged battles inside the cage. As a result of the positive test, Muvlid received a 1-year suspension from USADA, was stripped of his featherweight belt, and disqualified from the PFL World Championships. The violation occurred during his fight against Jesus Pinedo, a bout he won in the 5th round via submission, highlighting how effective the substance was in improving his performance. Conor McGregor took the opportunity to publicly react to the news on X, criticizing Movelid for the infraction. The attention from Conor stems in part from the fact that Movelid is a longtime member of Khabib's team and has been training alongside him since childhood. Conor shared a post showing how USADA typically suspends fighters caught using EPO for 4 years, emphasizing the seriousness of the violation and mocking the reduced penalty. Movelid's past opponent, Brendan Elman, also reacted to the news, expressing frustration over the financial and professional impact. Brendan wrote, "This fight literally costs me millions of dollars. Lost a split decision to a known cheater. Sport is wild." His statement underlines the broader consequences of doping in MMA, affecting not just titles but livelihoods and career trajectories. This situation has sparked intense discussion across the MMA community, drawing reactions from top fighters and fans alike. Movelid's positive test, combined with his connection to Khabib's camp, has made the story even more significant. The suspension and stripping of his title serve as a reminder of the risks associated with performance-enhancing drugs, while the reactions from Conor and Brendan highlight the lasting impact on fighters' reputations and careers. The controversy surrounding this case will continue to be a hot topic in MMA circles. Moving on to another news, Joaquin Buckley shared his thoughts on the upcoming Islam Makhachev versus Kamaru Usman fight, calling it one of the biggest matchups in the welterweight division right now. Buckley noted that if Khamzat had a hard time trying to take down Usman, Islam will certainly face a difficult challenge as well. He broke down the potential outcomes and what they could mean for both fighters' legacies. Buckley explained that if Usman wins, he's likely to move up to 185 pounds to go after a title fight with Khamzat for a rematch, effectively closing his chapter at welterweight. On the other hand, if Islam wins, Buckley expressed doubt that he would be able to hold the division for long. He noted that a victory over Usman would not only cement Islam's dominance at lightweight following his run under Khabib, but it would also potentially give him double champ status, placing him among the greatest of all time. Buckley compared this scenario to what John Jones achieved, suggesting that Islam could reach a similar legendary status and might have little reason to continue fighting at 170. Buckley also criticized Islam for not being a natural welterweight. He believes that fighting at 170 pounds exposes him to challenges against larger, stronger opponents. According to Buckley, fighters like himself, Ian Gary, or Morales could capitalize on Islam's size disadvantage and push him beyond his comfort zone. He emphasized that while Islam's skill is undeniable, the natural limitations of the welterweight division could eventually be revealed if he continues to compete there. Buckley's comments provide a candid look at the high stakes of this matchup, highlighting both the potential rewards and risks for Islam. His analysis blends respect for Islam's abilities with a critical perspective on the physical demands of the division, setting the stage for what could be a defining fight in modern MMA history. This insight also underscores the strategic considerations top fighters must make when choosing divisions and opponents. Moving on to another news, after his recent match, Armen gave an interview where he made it clear that he feels far above Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje in skill. He stated that he isn't interested in fighting them for the title because, in his eyes, they're simply not on his level. Armen described both fighters bluntly, calling them bums and emphasizing that preparing for a fight against them would require the focus of a title match, even though he sees no real challenge coming from them. He explained that if he were weaker or less confident in his abilities, he might consider competing at that level. But as of now, Armen sees himself operating on a completely different plane. His comments showcased his confidence and belief in his own skill set, making it clear that he views himself as a step above many of his contemporaries. Armen also reiterated what was reported yesterday, confirming that he's willing to serve as a backup fighter and will be fully prepared for UFC 324. With no official backup currently announced for the event, Armen's readiness to step in highlights his professionalism and commitment, ensuring he remains in peak condition for high-level competition. This statement reinforces Armen's reputation as a confident and ambitious competitor, unafraid to speak his mind about where he stands in the hierarchy of fighters. His bold remarks and willingness to be ready as a backup show both his competitive spirit and strategic thinking as he continues to navigate the top levels of MMA. Moving on to another news, more details have emerged surrounding Ilia Topuria's personal situation. It was recently revealed on social media that Ilia split from his ex, Georgina Euskade, and that there were complications even before the relationship officially ended. According to sources, Ilia and Georgina decided to part ways in August, and since then, Ilia has faced a series of challenges in his personal life. Following the breakup, negotiations began regarding the separation, largely based on Georgina's demands. To address the situation, Ilia filed a civil lawsuit against Georgina, aiming to make the terms of their agreement a shared matter that would be in the best interest of their child. Once Georgina learned about the separate filing, she reportedly began seeking legal representation and claimed that she was a victim in the situation. She also allegedly stated that she had evidence that could place Ilia in a very difficult position. On top of that, Georgina demanded a substantial sum of money in exchange for not pursuing a complaint she had filed against Ilia. At the time, Ilia agreed to her financial requests. However, after Ilia submitted a separate filing, Georgina moved forward with her complaint, which ultimately did not result in additional charges against Ilia. He remained free, with no restraining order or arrest issued, maintaining his personal freedom throughout the proceedings. For months, Georgina has attempted to make the situation public and even considered a public appearance at one point. From Ilia's perspective, if he is innocent, he is essentially dealing with karma, facing challenges similar to those that former fighters have gone through multiple times over. This personal turmoil has drawn attention not just from fans, but also from the wider MMA community, highlighting the difficulties athletes face outside the cage. The situation underscores the impact of personal matters on professional life. For Ilia to defend his title in the UFC, the organization may need to consider his personal circumstances and provide support to ensure he can focus fully on competition. This ongoing saga demonstrates the complex interplay between personal struggles and professional responsibilities for top-level fighters, and how managing both effectively is crucial for maintaining performance and reputation within the division. Moving on to another news. After his recent match, Mehdi Baydulaev shared his thoughts on Armen and drew comparisons with Islam Makhachev, whom he has also trained with. According to Mehdi, the difference between the two is massive, describing it as night and day. He explained that in a 9-minute period, Islam could submit Armen multiple times with his wrestling, highlighting the stark contrast in skill levels. Mehdi emphasized that while he has grappled with both fighters, the experience with Armen felt completely different from what he felt with Islam. He noted that Armen's wrestling is solid and sticky, allowing him to maintain positions and control, but it doesn't match the complete skill set of Islam. Mehdi pointed out that Islam's control, transitions, and submission game are on an entirely different level, showcasing why he is considered one of the best in the sport. Despite Armen's toughness and grappling ability, Mehdi made it clear that Islam's overall technique, versatility, and dominance make him stand out far beyond Armen. His observations underline the elite level of competition at the top of grappling and MMA, and the differences in approach and skill between rising stars like Armen and established athletes like Islam. This comparison provides fans a clear perspective on where Armen stands in relation to one of the sport's most complete grapplers, emphasizing both his potential and the challenges ahead.